And we are done.
Yes, no.
And that's like after next week we are done.
Yes, that's what it means.
Whoa.
Yep. We'll not be seeing each other regularly. That's when we'll know if some people really, really care about others or not. I'm not calling anybody's name.
Yeah, time shall tell. You too, you're not excluded.
I'm not excluded from what?
From checking up also. So we also
I
know.
check up on you now,
Hell no,
auntie.
sir.
You.
Hell no. I'm always the one to like say hello, good morning, boss. Yeah, you've never ever said, Jessica, how are you? Or something. Never.
Ooh, Jessica. Let me wait now.
Oh,
Don't
never.
allow anybody. Don't allow anybody hear this. Wait now. wait. Let me see. Hold on. I sent you a message December 2024 29. Okay, I'm not good with the New Year stuff, so I don't usually send anybody message New Year. When was that? Okay, I'll agree with you. Let me not argue much. My
I
friend, go and
know.
sit down.
I know. I know what I'm saying. I'm always the first person to initiate the conversation. So
Okay, so maybe I would do better next
yeah.
time.
Mm-hmm.
I would try and do better next time. I'm very poor at chatting up with people. If I really don't mind if you have a problem, you can reach out, but I'm really, really poor with like, hey, how is everything and stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry, excuse me. What? I'll try and improve. So we started with lab 2, where we designed let me open lab 2 and lab 3 so you see where we started from, even though you've been following, but since you've not practiced, it means that um you've actually not been following per se. So this was the first dashboard we did, the sales report dashboard.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Yeah, so just go through it. Yeah, so we did sales report, which we have in our first dashboard page here. And we now did financial report, which we have in our lab 3 here. So this is our financial report. This is what they want, and we created it. So the lab 4, they want us to create so something like this. So we create a total sales by month, total sales by segment, and total sales year to date by year, and total profit by segment, total sales by country, like that. I don't know if we've done that before. Well, let's see. It is profit. Okay, good. So I think we'll just create a new. So basically, it's like Excel. You can just create a new
Shit.
yeah, like it. So, but it's actually a new dashboard, basically, or
That's
a new page. Yeah. So let's just go through the instructions. So they say let's take a quick look at our data set, our financial data set. You know, we've worked on this data set before when we did Excel, and yeah, so date of transaction, segment, country, these are our different fields in our data set, which we have. If we go to, so this is the report view, the table view. This is our calendar. We'll go to our finance data set and you see what they are talking about there. This is the each of these names are the fields of our table, right? So so they say that we should then create some DAX of profit margin, which we've already done. We did measures. So you create different measures. Profit margin we've done in the first class. So if you go to our finance data set and open it, we've created profit margin measure. We've also created total profit, but we've not created a margin for total sales. And you can actually do that. Let me see. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is to create, I'm going to go to, because I actually want to, sorry, excuse me. I want to create a folder for it. And I think I can go to my Power Query. And you know, these things you can do in DAX, you can actually do them in Power Query as well, or some of them in Power Query. But I think the reason why you choose DAX is because, sorry, excuse me, DAX is it's not part of, like, so if you do it in Power Query, it becomes part of the foundation of your the whole process itself, in such a way that anytime you do any refresh, it has to take time in the Power Query. But for the DAX, it's more like you are creating like a temporary thing, and it does not really affect the foundation of the data set itself. I think I can create a new group here and just see measures. To create a new group, and I'll just close and apply. Sorry, excuse me. Or I will just say, I think I can also see this other data set as, we double click on it. Oh, I unfortunately cannot. So I'm going to close, and let's see if it's going to apply that grouping for me here. Oh, it doesn't. It did not. An unfortunate incident. But I think. Okay, let me see. I think I can actually group this. Anyways, that's fine. So we've created a measure for total profit. They're asking us to create a measure for total sales. So make sure you are on. There was a time I was on calendar and I built a total US profit. So I think I'm just going to delete this. Just going to delete this from the model. So make sure you have selected the data set you want to create your measure on, right? So you can either select data set, click on this three dot, more options, and click on new measure, or while you selected data set, you just come here, new measure. So it's fine. So we want total sales. Our total sales is the sum of our financial data set and just sales. That's all. So it's just going to create a cumulative total, basically. Now, you don't necessarily need to do that, but like I said, the reason why we choose DAX over doing them in Power Query is because it's a little, in terms of your speed, it's a little bit faster. You know, it will save you a lot of your processing speed. And so let's go to the next part. So they said total sales, which is the sum of finance. They say total units sold, which is same thing. Average discount, we are going to actually create. We've already done total profit. We've done profit margin. We're going to do sales by segment. Okay, so sales by segment. I'm going to create another new measure called average. Let's see. I think please, at the moment where you cannot hear me, please indicate average discount and where they done this, and total units sold. So we are going to create the two different measures for it. See. So I'm just going to click on new measure. So we said total units sold is equal to the sum of our data, sum of what our data set, then the field in our data set, which is units sold. So we have to look for units sold. So this is units sold, and we are done. And just click on OK or enter. And so we already have that there. Then average discount. So we'll just create a new measure. Average discount, which is just so it will be average discount, which is just average of our financial. Then we'll look for discounts, then close bracket, then enter. So it's not that then the next thing we are going to do is sales, I think total sales by segment. So basically we are just going to do total sales but by segment. So so we'll use what they call the calculate function. So the calculate functions helps you filter, do certain filter. So it will just filter out anything you don't want in. So we'll do sales by segment. Oh, sorry. The sales by segment, which is then you now use calculate to filter. Then we want this. So we already have our total sales, which is total sales. We created the measure, so we can just type total sales. Then we are going to then do all except. Now the reason why we're using all except, we are using it based on our sorry, all except I think it is sales, sorry, or let me just say all except finance data set. Then what's our all except segment, but I want to see how our segment is spelled. So it's segment. So we are just doing a measure for everything except our segment. I think I should just do total sales here. I'll just do sum of finance total sales. Otherwise, sum finance sales, so that this should not give me an error, because it's giving me an error as if it doesn't know what I'm talking about. So let me see. Oh, so I think I'm not supposed to do like this. Yeah, what am I missing? So it's supposed to be oh, so apologies, many apologies. So I'm supposed to specify the data set. I'm actually the same thing. I'm supposed to specify the data set. So I think this is not the problem. So the total sales is fine. The total sales is fine, all except so I'm supposed to specify the data set, then comma, then the column I actually want to single out, which is my segment column. everything except, so take out everything except segment, because I'm trying to do sales by segment. So I'm just saying, give me the column of sales, give me the column of segment alone. Just like me, just removing all the columns except these two columns. So I've created a measure for sales by segment. So I think there's also sales by country. So I can go to new measure, do a sales by country, and I'll run the same thing. So it will be sales by country, sales by country, and we'll say this, we'll use the calculate. We already have our total sales that measure we've created. They will say all except. So the all except has the name of the table, then the column. So this is the name of the table, then comma, then the column. That's it. Look for country. That is my country. So everything except the country. I'll click on enter. It has done that for me. What else? So basically, I'm just creating a measure of two columns alone. I don't want to deal with the rest of the columns. You understand? I can easily not do it. I can do without it, but I don't want to include all the columns in my conversation. So all except, he said, removes all filter except the segment column. So so they say total sales last year. So I don't know why. I don't know. We are not going to use this, but they still ask us to create a measure for it. So we have so total sales for last year to now be the total sales column. Then there's a function called same period last year. Then the date, it will just segment it out. Year to date, there is dates year to date. Month to date, there's dates month to date. So we are going to do that now. But I'm trying to figure out why they even need to create this measure again. So say total sales last year, or last year total sales. So you can say last year total, or can just say last year sales. To now be the calculate, which is used for filter. We already have total sales that we've created a measure for, and so we don't need to do that again. Then then our same period last year, then our column is finance, then date column. Yeah, so I'll just click on OK. It's just going to give me only that of last year's sales. So there's year to date as well. So I'm going to create a new measure, year to date sales. Year to date, that's the current year to date of the date they have in the calendar. Will now be calculate. We have our total sales already. We have our dates year to date. Then we have our, you just add the column, our date, and I think we are good. Then what else? I said the month to date as well. I really don't know why we are creating this measure per se. Trying to figure out why we are creating this measure. So we have month date sales. So we say MTD sales. So calculate. We have our total sales. We have our dates, month to date, MTD, then the specify the column, which is our date column. And what else are they asking us to do? So sales month to date, quarter to date. I really don't know why they're asking us to create all of this measure. So I can do QTD sales. I'll just say QTD, then I'll say sales. We'll use the same calculate function for filter. We already have our total measure for this. I'll now say date QTD, and I'll now mention the column that is going to give me QT, which is the date column. Click on OK. Now you now start creating your visuals. So they said you should create a sales trend over time, which we already have here. I don't think I'm going to create that column again because I think we have it here. Oh no, this is profit trend. Let's see if we have sales trend column. We already are okay. We have sales and profit trend. I don't think I'll create that column again because it's just a waste of my time. Even this financial report, I'm not supposed to create the profit because we already have it here already. Why didn't we add the numbers again? Let me go to my format and see why we didn't add the number. Oh, okay. I think we didn't add it because it was going haywire here. It's fine. Let's see. Let me reduce the font size, change the font, change it to, I told you I like red. I don't know why. It might not be the best for this particular symbol. I just kind of like red. Maybe I'll make it bold. In terms of position, I can make it above. Yeah, so it looks a little bit, let me see this offset. Oh, I can create, oh, that's interesting. Even though I can do that. That's interesting. Okay, this one is going, oh, I'm using for oil. So let me just, for sales alone is what I want to do. Let me just increase it. That's because I'm stubborn like that. Then for profit margin, I just want it to be down. It's fine, it being down. Anyways, that's so they asked us to create sales by country. So I can just click on my country and look for the measure for total sales by country. So it created a bar chart. They call it a bar, okay, a clustered bar chart, but I want map, so I'll just click on field map. Let's see. Okay, I have field map. I have my tooltip. Hey, this is interesting or not? I have other countries there. I have Canada. I have France. I think I have one of these countries here. I'm not sure. Okay, there's a small country here, France. Oh, still France. Let me see based on a table. So I have USA, France, Germany, Mexico. Why is it not showing in my field map? Oh, this is North America, sorry. Oh, there's Canada. Canada is really big or interesting stuff. And this is the whole of USA, and I think Mexico should be somewhere. Where's Mexico? I think Mexico should be here. This is USA. This should be for Hawaii. Let me use this map and see if it's going to show me. Oh yeah, cool. Okay, so I think I prefer this because I train you all the countries, and you can format this tooltip if you want by going to properties. I think I did this formatting. Go to background, maybe choose something a little bit darker. It's dark. I can just increase the transparency so that um, I'll change it to 16. I think the other two tips we did were 16. Go to the text background, change it to this thing. I think I kind of like it. Just choose red. So we then have sales by country. Go back to visual and that my format and just say sales by country. And like to put it in the middle, make it a little bit. Then just reduce it and take it somewhere. Just maybe, I don't know what height do they want to give this. So they say we should do profit by segment, profit margin by product. So we're just going to do that. I'll just, in order for me to create another visual, I have to uncheck my current visuals, then click on, is it profit by segment? They said profit by segment, profit margin by product. So I was going to click on, where's my profit? So I have my profit, total profit. I didn't create a profit by segment already. I only create a total profit, right? So I can actually create a measure for profit by segment alone by going to already have my total profit. So I'll just click on make sure my whatever I'm checking is inside my finance data set. Click on new measure. So I can just see profit by segment. So I'll use the calculate and I'll use my total profit, which I already have as a measure. Then I'll now say all except my finance data set and segment. Where is segment? The segment is down here. Yeah, so I'm done. I don't know why I gave this long. Okay, I didn't give this space. So I can then click my profit by segment and click on my segment. So it's just going to show me a card because it usually suggests visuals for me. And I'll just click on where's my segment. My segment is here. And see, now I already have a negative sign. So now I don't necessarily need to create a measure for this. So I can just see where's my profit. This is my total profit raw data. I can click it and click on segment and it's still going to show me the same thing. So it's still going to show me the same thing. So even if I go to my visuals now, I'm already in my format, go to my visuals and add data table, my data label. I've added it. So I'm just going to click on format painter and just click on this guy too. You can see the data is literally the same thing, but in terms of speed of processing, one is faster than the other. Basically, this would be faster because this is a measure than this because this is coming from the source data itself. So it's the reason why we create measures most often than not, aside control, having creating dynamic controls for your visuals is also to make your dashboard load faster. So it's not like it will not give you the same thing without you creating a measure. It will. I just wanted to bring that out. So these are profit by segment. I just say profit. I will rename it as profit, so it will just be profit by segment. So again, I don't like certain things. I'm gonna change my values. I'm just gonna change the this now. Increase the kind of like red for some reason. I know, just like red. So you know this is a negative sign, right? So this bar has to also be negative. So you have to give it a color that will make it look negative. So I can go to the bar, go to this FX, so it's conditional formatting, make the property change under different conditions that you define. So I'll just click on this. Now I want to go to, yeah, I want to set a rule. Yeah, I want to set a rule. Now I want to say, no, do I want to set a rule? I think it's feed, no, not feed value or gradient. Yeah, no, not gradient. Yeah, it's a rule. Now, if value, not first segment, I want to set it to, is it count? No. My fields, let me see. I think my fields, what I want is my profit by segment. Yeah, so if it is less than 0, I need you to give me red. Red just signifies bad things, right? So let's click on OK and do this. So yeah, so you can see that this is a negative sign, so it's going to the opposite direction. The other thing is I also want to remove my grid lines because I don't like grid lines. My x-axis, which is this, I really don't need it because I already have my data label. So it's I don't need the value, neither do I need the title because we already have a title already here. For the y-axis, I don't really need the segment title, so I'll remove it. Change my font, change the color to something darker, make me indent it. What else? Yeah, so I'll bring the title to the middle. That's because I kind of like it like that. And yeah, so the next thing they ask us to do is a profit margin by product. So I don't know if I created a profit margin measure or by product. I created a profit margin, but I didn't create a profit margin by product. Again, I'm just going to create a measure using the calculate and do all except product, right? So I'll do profit margin by product, and I'm going to use the calculate. I already have my profit margin measure. So I'll just look for profit underscore margin. Profit underscore margin. I'll now say all except finance, then finance product. So I just want to leave this and I'm good. And so I want to create my profit margin by product. I'm just going to check out from my current selected visual. Go to profit margin by that I created. Oh, see, I clicked on calendar, and so therefore it appeared in calendar. So just be careful where you create your measure. So I have my profit margin, my product is this, and I'm gonna click on where's my product. Yep. So of course profit margin is in percentage, so we have this. So I'm going to again remove the title, change the font style, make it a little bit darker, increase the, make it indent, it is italic, yeah. I'm going to remove my grid lines. Oh, thank God there's no grid line. Then just add my data label. Go to the values, change the, then and I like red. I think it's in percentage. So what I'm going to do is for it to be in percentage here, I'm just going to go to my table, go to my finance table, go to where's profit margin, click on profit margin field, and actually want it in percentage. Yeah, so let me make it 1 decimal place. Yeah, so go back to my report and you see that this should change. Let's see, it's going to load, or this should actually change. Interesting. If it doesn't change, I think I can go to my display unit and say none. And oh, I think I should also increase the, yeah. Okay, so I think I can go to properties, go to data format, not my product, but my profit margin, and I want it to be a percentage. So decimal place, I'll just reduce it. Percentage format, supposed to be I think I can come to this place and reduce the, oh, I made it 3 decimals. I don't want it. I just want it 2. Where do I want the position of my data? I think I want it outside. Yeah, so then my title, so I can just change the name of the x-axis so that the title can adjust itself, or I can just change it in my title. Anyone is fine. So I think I'm just going to reduce this and go to my title, indent, then put align it in the middle and stuff. Yeah, so this guy, I'm going to make it bold. What else did they ask us to show off? Total sales to date. So year to date, that will be for the current year. I think they have from 2013 to 2014. So the current year to just be for 2014 alone. So they want a line chart for it. So I'll just click on my, that's my total sales year to date. Where is it? Yeah, so year to date sales. Click on this. It's just going to show me this. So my year-to-date sales is far different from my total sales. So if I just come and click on my total sales, where is it? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the last year. I'm also going to click on the last year. Where is it? L. Last year, which we have here. And I'm now going to click on my total sales. Where is it? Total sales. You see that if you add the 2 of them up, it's going to give you this. If you add them, this plus this, is going to give you, basically it's going to give you this. So I just want to you to just see that this is for 2013, this is for 2014, then this is the total. So it's not it didn't pick the calculation from nowhere. So you want to see a total sales by date. So I will now click on my year to date. So year to date is my total sales, and I'll now click on my date, and it's going to automatically give me a line chart, which you guys might like. Ooh, interesting line chart. So I can go to my lines and just, reduce the thickness, come to the line, click on smooth. So it's a little bit smooth. I can go to cardinal, then reduce the tension. So it looks more, yeah. Then I can decide to add markers as well, just for the fun of it. Yeah. Maybe change the markers to Abraham, we can see you outside. Why are you maybe change it to red? Again, please don't mind the use of this my red. I don't think this is the best color to use. Then increase, add my data, uh, data label, click on here, go to the position. I'll just click on up. I want it up at all, above at all times. Yeah, what else? I don't like the grid line. Grids, I'll just click on grid, off both the horizontal and vertical. I don't like it. I'm going to remove my x-axis title, that's cost, you know. My y-axis, going to remove the title, then the value, I'll change the font, maybe make it indent. Oh, I actually don't need the value there, chef. I'm going to remove it. The x-axis, I think I'll go to the value and just change it to and increase the darkness intensity. So it's up, maybe, yeah, and make it thick. So we have from September, I don't know why it's adding September. It is not supposed to add year to date. Oh, so year to date. It's not supposed to add September to this. Unfortunately, it is actually not supposed to add September to this. I'm going to go to properties, go to my tooltip, go to my background, change the color to something a little bit harsh, increase the transparency to 16%. So when I hover it, I can still see my visuals in the background. Come to the text. I think the value, this change the font style to this. Make the label a little bit darker. And yeah, so they are good generally. Yeah. So what else do you ask us to do? Month to date, quarter to date. So they said applying top end filter to show only top 10 products. You can create the bar chart, add top 10 and drag total sales. So I let me show you how to do this. But this time around, I'll just create, this is my product, right? So let's say we want to just check only top 3 product. For my filter, I can go to my product, right? Under my filter, ribbon, go to filter type, go to top N, and I will drag based on a certain criteria. So I will drag for profit margin. I'm just going to drag profit margin measure and drop it there. And I'll say top, I want to just see top 3 and apply. It's just now going to show me only 3 bar. So it will just show me the first 3 if I want. So if I change it to the top 4, but we only have it will change the top 4 numbers based on the product. I'll just click on apply and it's going to show me 4 because we only have 5 products. That's why putting top 5 doesn't make sense. Then so again, you can then answer all these questions. These questions, answer them. This will be your own assignment. So you are going to answer them based on, yeah. So I would advise you to just respond to these questions. Any questions? Jessica, Abraham. Are you guys there? Any questions?
I'm taking a deep breath. So I don't have any question. No, I don't know. Everything is not just settled in my head. Maybe probably if I go back to the beginning of this lesson and review it, I would understand. But now my head is turning on you, and I would say.
Mr. Abraham, that is not seated. Any questions? Abraham is moving around. I don't know where are you going to today? Oh, you're at work, right? Abrahamovich. Can you hear us? Is he there? Abraham, are you there? Is Abraham there?
I don't think so.
Okay. So, this will be our last see. So this is a DAX. Yeah, so this will be our last second to the last this thing, the tutorials on Power BI. Then I think our last session, I'm going to teach us some other tricks basically and send us tutorials. So kind of look for a name to give this particular look for a name to give this particular visual. Already we have sales, we have financial report. So most likely our advisor, if you are creating this lab for, create it based on these particular questions, if that makes sense. So come up with a sleek visual that, but I'll send you this. I don't think I want to practice on mine yet. I would have said, let me do a practice on it and come up with something, but I did Power BI for almost close to a month or more than a month. So I'm tired of looking at Power BI for now. So I think I'm going to stop recording. The one question